What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special emergency podcast. I'm Jim. With me today is Tyler. Tyler, how you doing this afternoon?
I don't think I was expecting to have to do one of these this early.
No, me either. Yeah, and just the two of us, no Donardo. We won't take too much time on this, I don't think, but trade season is officially underway. The Pirates have kicked off the trade deadline season with sending Adam Frazier to the Kansas City Royals today for Cam Devanney. Cam Devanney. So let's just kind of go through a little bit of information just about who Cam Devanney is, what's he been up to, and then we'll kind of dive into this. So Cam Devanney, 28-year-old shortstop. He's yet to make his major league debut. Fangraphs had him ranked as high as 10th in the Royals organization. This year, just to kind of give you an idea, I'm going to put some stats up for you if you're visual people. He's tearing up the International League. He's hitting 272. He's got a 366 on base percentage. He's slugging 565. He's got a 137 weighted runs created plus. 18 home runs so far on the year for Devanney. Yeah, that's kind of the tail of the tape here. Old, 28 years old. Like I said, he's been in AAA since 2022. So lots of playing time in AAA. He's been a shortstop. He's played a little bit of second base, a little bit of third base, even dabbled in left field and first base as well. The problem with being a shortstop for the Kansas City Royals is you've got a pretty good one at the major league level. That is the reason why perhaps he's been in the minors this long. And we'll get into kind of maybe some other reasons, but that's just kind of giving you an idea of who Cam Devanney is. Tyler, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the raw numbers of him, and I think in general they look impressive. Then you dig a little bit deeper, see he's 28 years old, fourth try in AAA. So
yeah,
he's been in AAA 4 times. So the numbers, they should be pretty good. But I mean, you can't teach someone that hits 18 home runs in the minor leagues right now. And those guys don't really grow on trees. The power this guy has, according to the scouting reports that we can see, it looks like the raw power is legit. The hit total is a very big question. Look, man, it's hard to complain about a return for Adam Frazier. You can't expect much here. It's a quad A kind of guy. Maybe, but I mean, you could be looking at maybe a Spencer Horwitz type of guy where it's just a late bloomer. We did have 2020, he missed a year of the minors. That kind of sets you back a little bit. So we do see some older guys in the higher levels of the minors right now. Maybe he figured it out. You never know. I mean, there are some intriguing things with him.
There is definitely some things to be interested about. If you dive into like his Fangraphs scouting report, Eric Longenhagen breaks it down. He switched up his swing this year, which has allowed him to pull the ball in the air a lot better. Really just put the ball in the air in general. He's really hitting homers to all fields, but 18 homers already in AAA. Like that's not something to kind of shake your head at. Like that's a lot of homers. It's a lot of power. And yeah, the power is legit. The issue with him is he going to make enough contact for it to translate at the major league level? As far as the defense goes, I think this is where I feel like there's at least a little bit of upside to this. Is this dude is a shortstop. I spent 10 minutes today just watching Cam Devanney highlights. And let me tell you, like this dude is slick at shortstop. He can play the position. He can play it well. He's got a good arm. He's got good range. He makes some pretty like go and watch some Cam Devanney defensive highlights. He makes some pretty good plays at shortstop. So that is interesting to me because the Pirates don't have anybody above high A ball who you can look at and say, okay, this guy can play shortstop and he might be able to hit. There's no one there. There's no one there, right? I mean, IKF is he's pretending to be a shortstop right now. In AAA, your guys who can play shortstop can't hit. In AA, you don't have anything. So I guess if there's anything to be interested about here, it's the guy can play shortstop, which you're going to probably need in about 2 weeks because let's face it, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is as good as gone. He can play shortstop, and there's at least something there with the bat that leaves you a little bit interested where, like, if he can hit just a tiny, tiny bit, then, like, there's maybe something here. Now, the caveat to this is he's 28. There's a reason why he's in AAA. There's a reason why he was traded for Adam Frazier, right? Let's be real. This guy's probably not very good. Like, I just want to put that out there, right? And like, I think I'm gonna approach this with like cautious pessimism, I guess is the word I'm going to use here. Like, I'm gonna assume this guy can't hit. The Kansas City Royals, we just talked about them. We just played them last week. They're a terrible offensive team. If the Royals thought this guy could help them offensively, they probably would have tried him somewhere. They would have been playing him over Michael Massey, who has like a 400 something OPS right now, right?
Right.
But they're not. So like that's kind of the caveat here is like, I really doubt this guy can hit because the people who know him best clearly didn't really think so. But there are enough things here to be interested about where, hey, you know what? Once IKF is gone, there's no one else in this organization who can play shortstop. Let's go ahead, give this guy 2 months of playing time in August and September this year, and see if I'm right. See if I'm right. See if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and I think what the Pirates are looking for here is when they're acquiring this guy is you're looking for tools. They went after a tool that they liked, or a couple tools, because as you said, I haven't seen the defense yet, and I do want to see that. But you're going after the power, and you're going after someone that can play shortstop. Will it work out? I mean, most likely no. Most likely he's not going to turn into a good major leaguer. Those are just the odds. That's the way it goes. But they went after a tool here. They acquired a guy that, I mean, Fangraphs seems to be okay on. Like, they don't really dislike him, I don't think. 40 future value around there. They like the field or his fielding tools at a 50, I think. The power's up there. I think Steamer has him somewhere, like, rest of the season, somewhere around 80 rated runs created plus. So, I mean,
yeah. So like Zips has him projected at an 81. Steamer. Oh wait, Zips is at 80. Steamer's at 80.
Okay. So, I mean, look, if you can get that from a shortstop in the way the Pirates are constructed right now, I can't complain. Do I want him on? Now. Yeah, like that's what they're getting.
That's what they're getting right now with IKF.
And at that rate, you're probably going to get a little more pop. So if he can hit at that level and play good defense, there might be something there with him. He's interesting, at least. He's interesting.
That's why I'm approaching this with like, I'm not going to expect anything here, but let's see if I'm right or wrong. Like there's no reason not to play him.
Right.
You know, once IKF's gone, your options are move Gonzalez to shortstop, which, let's face it, Gonzalez is struggling at second base.
Mm-hmm.
You put Gonzalez at shortstop every day, it's not going to be pretty. So like, let's just see what this guy's got for 2 months. He's gonna show you if he can do anything or not. So I think that's where I'm at here. Some quick thoughts on Adam Frazier. I don't think either of us were much of a fan of the signing to begin with this offseason. The fact that Adam Frazier was traded and a warm body was gotten in return for him, I think is a plus. I was fully expecting this guy to be DFA'd at some point this year. And I think if anybody would have told me, hey, Jim, on July 16th, Adam Frazier would have played 78 games and had 262 plate appearances, something terrible has happened. And, well, we're 19 games under 500, so I think something terrible has happened. But, like, let's just call it like this. He's overperformed what I expected. He's done everything they asked him to do. He hasn't been the best version of himself, but he's been better than the worst version, which is kind of what I expected. So, it was nice to see Adam Frazier is one of my all-time favorite Pirates, just from back in the day. So it was nice to see him in a Pirates uniform again. It was nice that he wasn't completely terrible. And best of luck in Kansas City to Adam Frazier.
Yeah, and I mean, tip of the cap to him because they are 19 games below 500. It probably could have been even worse if Adam Frazier wasn't here this year because Nick Gonzalez going down game 1. We would have had to watch some really, really bad second base play if Adam Frazier were not here. So he did overperform everything. In all reality, he's still a replacement level player.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, he was a good presence in the clubhouse, I would think. Good guy to have around. He did more than we could have asked for.
Yeah. Some news too to come after this. Devanney was optioned to AAA. So I would imagine the plan here is he's not going to be up until IKF is gone. So the Pirates are short a position player right now. So there will be a corresponding move here. Gotta imagine it's going to be either like Ronnie Simon or Nick York. Probably Simon, because if you're calling up York, you probably want him playing every day. Right. Simon's a guy that you can kind of just plug and play as like a utility guy. That's what I'm assuming is going to happen these next couple weeks. But yeah, Devanney will be optioned to AAA.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 weeks. Hopefully that we just have to wait to see some shake up here with the roster. I'm excited to see this guy play a little bit of shortstop, actually, Jim. You got me a little excited. Maybe some good defensive shortstop play.
I'll say this. Like I said, if you haven't watched the defensive highlight videos, like the dude can play. The dude can play shortstop. Great arm. Murphy put in here 60 great arm. Like he is someone who can play shortstop. And so when you have someone who can play shortstop with this type of power, it makes you
it's enticing.
It's interesting. It's interesting,
Sure.
I want to share this too. So this is all courtesy of TJ Stats, Thomas Nestico on Twitter. But this kind of just paints you a picture of what Cam Devanney has done at AAA this year. You can see a whole lot of red at the top of this chart, which basically means, hey, when this guy's making contact, he's hitting it hard, he's hitting it far, he's barreling the ball up, he's driving it, extra base hits. We already showed you he's fourth in the International League in slugging right now. The problem here is the whiff rate and the zone contact rate. Okay. Like that's where it's like, okay, this is an immediate concern here because these are against AAA pitchers. He's swinging and missing a lot, and he's missing balls in the zone quite a lot. So when he takes that next step up and he faces major league pitching, what does that mean? Like a 30. That's the concerning part here, right? Is when he hits the ball, it's good. When he doesn't, it's bad. What Murphy just says on here, it's Jack Sawinski if he played shortstop, right? And yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at here. We're looking at a lot of red when he hits the ball and a lot of blue when he misses it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't get easier when you reach the major league level. And the concerning part definitely is that this is his 4th trip to AAA. Mm-hmm. So obviously the numbers look good right now, but he's had some time to make some adjustments. We're going to see if those adjustments can translate to the major league level, because maybe it is something that he's been able to figure out where he can be capable enough to play at the major league level. We're going to see there's enough red there that I think, like you said, you're interested.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm looking at this chart and it kind of reminds me a lot of like Alexander Canario.
I mean, yeah, I like the Sawinski comp still.
Yeah, Sawinski too. But I mean, again, like if Jack Sawinski were a plus defender at shortstop, he's a little bit more useful than when he's a terrible corner outfielder, the defensive corner outfielder. So I said that's where the interest comes here. Is like there's something here that the Pirates don't really have at that position, unless you want to go all the way down to Greensboro, and that's kind of the first interesting real shortstop you're gonna find.
Man, there's just not much pop up the middle in general. So especially at that shortstop position too. It's a lot of it to me is going to come down to that defense, I think. And how good is he? Is it good enough that it can offset maybe being a 20 to 30% below average offensive player that can hit the ball over the wall? Because I think you live a little bit more with that 81 weighted runs created plus guy if he's hitting 20 to 25 home runs. I like that more than an IKF that hits 290 and no pop. That's just my opinion on it, but he's got to hit well enough to be able to justify playing him.
Yeah, I mean,
Or he's
IKF
got to
right
defend
now.
well enough.
Yeah, IKF right now is basically giving you no value defensively. He's got an 84 weighted runs created plus, and he's a half win player. That's what he is. So like that's what we've been seeing this past season is essentially a replacement level shortstop.
Right.
The defense looks like it's an upgrade over IKF, just from, like I said, from the 10 minutes of highlights that I watched and from the scouting reports that I've been reading. And like I said, the power is intriguing enough to be like, okay, let's check this guy out. Sure. Another thing I do want to mention is, Eric Longenhagen on Fangraphs wrote that even prior to the swing change this year, where he really started tapping into that power, like he was already someone who was a rosterable utility infielder is what he's saying. Like, this guy is a rosterable utility infielder just because of his glove and his versatility. So that as I said, that's where I'm leaning towards, okay, maybe this guy doesn't suck, right? Like, there might be something here, especially with the upgrade with the swing. So again, I'm cautiously pessimistic here. I'm not going to expect anything, but there are enough tools here to keep you interested, to at least say like, hey, let's give this guy a little bit of run time and see what he's got.
The big thing is, like, it just doesn't make sense why the Royals didn't give him an opportunity.
That's what's weird.
That's I'm with you. I'm hung up on that, where it's like, there's got to be more here. Like, they clearly don't believe in him. So yeah, I guess that's kind of why it's like, he probably can't.
I will say this: the Royals are desperate for someone who can play left field. And this guy, he's played, I think, 2 games there in the minors, whereas Adam Frazier can handle the position as well as a lot of other positions. The Royals have had 10 left fielders this year. They've had 10 people play left field this season. So like, they just haven't been able to find somebody who can stick there. So I don't know. Maybe that's why they went out there and got Frazier. He's someone that they're used to. Like, the Royals have had Adam Frazier on their team previously. He was a Royal last year. So, some familiarity there. And yeah, I mean, Devanney obviously is blocked. Like, Devanney's not going to be a shortstop for the Royals. If anything, he was going to be a utility guy. So, I don't really think either team is giving up anything here.
Right.
And I said, it's kind of one of those nothing for nothing type trades, most likely.
Yeah.
But if anybody got anything here, it is the Pirates. Like, I mean, the Royals got 2 months of Adam Frazier. The Pirates have 6 years of Cam Devanney. If anybody could possibly win this trade, it's the Pirates. No one's going to lose this trade. Let's just say that.
Adam Frazier has
the Royals could, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, Adam Frazier has to hit a walk-off home run in the World Series.
Even if he does, like, the Pirates aren't doing anything with Adam Frazier these last 2 months. So I guess that's where I'm at. Like, there's really no way the Pirates can lose this trade. It can only be a wash, or it can be a win. One of the two. So, you know what? Good job.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. That's really where you're at. Throw it at the wall, see what sticks.
Yep. Seems like the chat is pretty split on it. A lot of people just saying, his floor is Jared Triolo with a better bat. That's a pretty darn good floor, I would say, is what
Jared
John's
Triolo is a
there.
pretty darn good defender.
Yeah, and then then there's some other people who are just saying, he's just not good. But again, I'm to the point now where, like, this team's not going anywhere. There's no one who can play shortstop. Just see what happens.
Yeah. Again, throw it all at the wall. Let's find out. And he's close to the majors, so at least we find out quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think this guy could be in the majors today. He was in the majors even. The Royals called him up on July 8th. He's been on their major league team for 8 days now. He just hasn't actually made his major league debut. I know there were some Royals fans who were talking about how mad they were because, like, they called this guy up. Family had to fly in, for the debut, and the dude still had the dude never played. Then it was the All-Star break, and now they just traded him.
Right.
So the roller coaster of emotion that this guy and his family have gone through over the last week has to be pretty incredible.
And now he has to go to Indianapolis.
Yeah, so he's going Omaha to Kansas City to back home for the break to, I guess, Indy, but all of his stuff's probably in Omaha. He's probably got some stuff in, like this guy's probably got stuff in 4 different cities around the United
States. In 2 weeks he's probably going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
life of a baseball
world
player.
Traveler Cam Devanney right now.
Life of a minor league baseball player.
Yep. You got anything else to add here?
No, we'll be back live here in a couple hours and get the Nardo's thoughts.
Yeah, so NS9 Live tonight, 9 p.m. Lots and lots to talk about. We're going to recap the Wild All-Star break. We're going to get DiNardo's thoughts on the trade. We're going to preview the White Sox series. And then we're going to talk a little bit about, I mean, this is obviously the start of what's about to be a very busy 2 weeks. The Pirates have a lot of guys on expiring deals that you expect to trade. And then they've got some guys who aren't on expiring deals whose names are in trade rumors. So this is our first emergency podcast of July. I'm anticipating for a lot more of them. But that's all I got. Again, Pirates trade Adam Frazier to the Royals for Cam Devanney. Trade season's here, Tyler.
Trade season's here. We just did a podcast for Adam Frazier and Cam Devanney. We are sickos, man.
That's what we do here.
We're weird.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, listening. Like the video, subscribe, leave a review, tell your friends to tell a friend, all that good stuff. We're out. We'll be back later tonight with NS9 Live.
Cyber Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.